Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Sure.
You're able to see my screen, right?
I can see your screen.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. Okay. My name is Sudhir. Sorry, my name is Sudhir, and overall, I have 10 plus years of experience in like various organization in different domains, and relevant to D365, 6 plus years of experience. I have real time experience. Currently, I'm working on private organization, so as a technology lead. So right now, I'm doing. So, if possible, brief me about yourself and what your education qualification, what are the experience do you have? Please let me know.
Okay.
Mm.
See, I'm having 9 years of experience in D365 FNO as a technical consultant,
Okay.
and I have worked on other technologies also like .NET and SQL.
Okay.
And I'm by education wise, I have done BTech, computer
Okay.
science. Okay,
Okay.
and I can speak Hindi and English,
Okay.
and that's it. And the my what is the purpose of me getting trained in finance? Though I am from technical background,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I have I have worked on the logistics side for 5 plus years, so I can
Okay.
understand this transfer
Okay.
orders,
Like
shipment
how
receipt,
the
and
things.
all.
Okay. Okay.
But I didn't work on finance,
Finance.
and
Okay.
that is like lacking in my profile. So
Okay.
now I joined a new company, and
Okay.
they are completely into
Okay.
finance.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah,
Okay.
and it's not about new company. Even if I go to some XYZ company in the future, also
Okay.
I
Fine.
should
Yeah. It
understand
will
what
be.
this
Yes.
business users or the functions they are talking, so that
Yes. Yes.
I can relate with code.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Like. Okay. Simultaneously, I'm also same Shankar. Right now, I'm learning the technical side also. So yeah, both the things like techno-functional. Our agenda is techno-functional and needs to complete, right? So I think your expectation is techno-functional.
Yeah, people say
Yeah.
techno-functional,
Yeah.
but there is nothing called techno-functional in Dynamics. Either
Okay.
we will be technical or functional. It
Yeah. Okay.
say people who claim to be technical functional, either they are 80%
Uh,
functional and 20% technical, or reverse way.
correct.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah. That is
that's
true.
the honest thing.
Now it is,
Yeah.
yeah, now all the projects also going that way only. Nowadays, more these people are asking more into Power BI, Power Apps, and Power
I
Automate.
have worked
These
on that.
things also they can,
I
yeah,
have worked
come.
on that. Power
Yeah,
BI,
okay.
Power
So,
App, Power Automate. I
yeah,
have worked on integration. I have experience.
okay, fine.
I think I lack experience in finance.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, you want to learn the finance modules, right? Like, know what are the modules are there, and now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is very easy, Shankar, as you aware everything, right? Like as do you have experience in the 9 plus year into the technical and the same modules also you covered means like most of the portion you understand, but the main thing you should learn from the finance. What are the journal entries? How like do you have any idea about these finance entries, journal entries, accounting entries?
see,
Any little bit idea?
see, I have listened, heard, but actually,
Mhm.
I didn't work
Okay.
technically on it.
Okay.
So
In
there,
general, if okay.
yeah, I know, like people say general
Mm,
ledger,
mm,
journal
okay.
entry,
Okay.
COA, like
Okay.
that. But pretext
Yeah.
invoice. But frankly
Okay.
speaking, I don't.
Mm,
I heard these terms, but I have not got
okay.
exposure working on it. And
Mm,
the challenge I'm facing in my current project is, they talk only on functional things, and
okay.
I'm like, looking on the sky or on the wall.
Okay. Okay. Like what they are into? Like any manufacturing industry? Your project
They are
into
pure,
or
they are purely finance project,
finance project?
pure
Okay.
finance. More than 80,
Okay.
180 countries they are.
Okay. Okay. All the world. 365
Yeah.
days. 24/7. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So it is not big thing, Shankar. As you once the organization creation, like as you know, right, the process, initial process. Do you aware, right, how the pre-sales will work, and how our sales and marketing team approach the client, and they will collect the
Those I'm
agreements
aware.
from. Yeah, yeah. The once everything is fine, once the project went to onboarding, then we need to create an organization. So organization creation also, maybe I think you are aware, exactly, I think so.
No,
So
no, I
from the
know.
beginning,
I know. Treat me
yeah,
like, I'm just in a
yeah,
nursery for
okay,
finance. Yeah.
okay. I will try. Definitely, I will try, and I will provide you the proper details with you, Shankar. So when we are creating an organization, once the organization created, the number sequence will be generated, right? So over there, how we will work. For example, as per our accounting process, how it will be accounts payable will be involved, general ledger will be involved, and the cash and bank management, accounts payable department will be involved, fixed assets, and all these modules. Like I will show one demo with you. I have prepared one. One second. Yeah, these modules I will be covering. Shankar, as you know, right, the operation side, all these modules, I think you're will very well knows. I think so. So in the finance perspective, we need to learn these modules. So these are all the basic and very important modules for finance. Okay, like budgeting is there, project accounting. Project accounting, it is a separate module. It is also part of the finance only, but our basic modules are accounts payable, accounts receivable, general ledger, fixed assets, cash and bank management, and credit and collection. It comes under accounts receivables only. Expenses comes under accounts payable. Accounts receivable comes under the credit and collections. Expense management comes under accounts payable. It is in a part of in the module. But as Microsoft is expanded all these things, right? The transportation management, separately they built on a new module. So they introduced a new module like that way. All these modules are worked, Shankar.
Hmm.
So yeah, as per the finance side, once whatever the beginning, no, whatever the entries will be affecting, how the normal in general. For example, normal scenario, if we talk about, for example, we are paying the rent, right? For example, our office purpose, we are taken some uh, office rent, right? So one building we have taken on the rent basis. So at that point of time, how the accounting impact will be there? Like we are paying the amount to the supplier, like who giving the building, we given for the rent, right? So that point of time, how the accounting entry will be impacted, or that point of time, so which account will be debited, which account will be credited, all these things we need to learn from the scratch. So whatever the entries will be affecting, like for example, now we are discussing, right? So rent account will be affecting. So rent we are paying, right?
Hmm.
For example, rent we are going to pay on every month, first week or second week, we are going to pay the rent, right? So what happened when we are using this rent, like whatever the area we are using, for that we are paying some amount, right? So that point of time, we will debit our account, the rent account will be debited, and what we are giving to the supplier, cash. Ultimately, cash we are giving to the that person, right? So
Yeah.
cash or bank will be debited. Like this way, all the accounting entries will be impacted on daily basis. Whatever the activities are going in the organization, like this way, every corner, each and every corner, we are capturing the information, Shankar.
Hmm.
So like this way, we need to configure all the, like for example, you provided, like client provided all the information, right? Based upon their data only, we are configuring the system. So which account will be debited, which account will be credited, all these accounts we need to create. For that, in this you can see there are multiple scenarios it is involved in this entry. Okay, this is the journal. It is an, if I select these all, it is a entire journal. Journal have a debit credit items will be have, and whatever the description we have, like whatever the main accounts we have, and whatever the physical calendar is there. Like a physical calendar, do you aware, right? What is the ledger calendar and physical calendar? So whatever the entire year we are using, that is a physical calendar. Then the ledger calendar means we are opening the periods for the closing, opening, holding the periods in the ledger calendar side. So like that way, the accounts, like finance side, we need to understand each and everything, like not only rent. This is just an example I'm explaining you. So like this way, multiple modules are there, multiple entries will be involving. For example, payable, if we speak about the accounts payable, right? Payable side, uh, how the things will be happening, like vendor will supply the material, they will provide a material like items or services normally. Okay, so based upon the services we have taken, right? Like from the supplier side, we have taken the services or items we purchased from the vendor. So initially, like immediately we will pay the amount to the vendor.
Yeah.
If one service we have taken, so as per the agreement, we will pay that amount after 30 days. So
Okay.
how he is expecting the amount is immediately is not asked, right? So once he supply the goods in our location, then he will create an invoice and he will provide that invoice with us. So what we will do, our accounts department person will collect that invoice copy from the supplier. Then he will verify the invoice copy and he will book the invoice in the invoice journal. If it is in one way invoice, he will book the one way invoice. If it is in a two-way, three-way invoices, matchings are there, right? So whatever the matchings will be there, so he will book down the that way. So after 30 days, like if we purchase the material on September 1st, or for example August 1st we have purchased it, right? So then our terms of payments after 30 days means 31st day we need to pay the amount to the supplier or vendor. So like that way, accounts receivable, accounts payable will be work, and accounts receivables also, it is a part of very like it is a very important module for accounts receivable an entire organization. In every organization, accounts receivable is a major key role. It will be for from Shankar. So whatever the goods or services we provide to the clients, right? Like customers, we are providing the services. So whatever the service taken the customer, he will pay the amount to the supplier. Like it means if we are talking like we are a supplier, right? So we are giving a consultancy services to the client, and the client will based on the billing will make the payment on monthly basis. So like that way, accounts receivables will work. In over that point of time, also lot of activities will be there. Collections billing will be there. Like we are monthly billing we are creating, right? How many resources we are using and how many hours and what is the our price is there. So all these information we will create an invoice and we will share that invoice with the customer. He will receive the invoice and he will make the accounting easy from his accounting ERP, and he will pay back to the suppliers. So like that way, all the business, and we need to understand first thing. So how the what are the business is like what kind of business, like business means a lot of business will be available right in the market. Industries like manufacturing industry will be there, service industry will be there, and productions will be there. So like this way, lot of business we need to understand entire thing. As a functional consultant, we should learn all these things. Like we initially we need to understand how the accounts will be there, what are the departments involved in the business, and how their cash flow is there. So everything we need to understand. So each and every corner we should understand each and everything, and whatever the transactions happening and going on daily basis. So in that way only, as a consultant, we need to understand the entire business scenario. Then we need to prepare the documents like FRDs. As you know, right? How the FRD will work, and how TDD we prepare.
Ah, right,
All
right,
this.
right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, so like that way, like if we one business scenario, from the big business perspective, the business analyst will be provided some information with us. So in case any gap will be there between the system and the business. So at that point of time, what will we do? We will customize, like as a functional consultant, we will explain the scenario with the technical team. Technical team person will develop that scenario, and he will test from his end, and he will provide an confirmation with the functional consultant. Or that point of time also, we will make some changes in the like in case any changes are required. So F1O will be provided the information with the technical team. Technical team will team person will be coordinate with the like whatever the changes he wants to make. So he will do the changes and he will provide back to the functional consultant. Then he will do the testing in various missions. So like dev mission, QA, pre-prod, and the UAT. So like that way, we will complete the tasks. So yeah, this kind of works we will do, right? So at that point of time, definitely I will give you with the real time entries, like whatever the entries now, like we are speaking about these things, right? So definitely I will provide you these kind of whatever real time scenarios, how the things will be come to the picture and how we needs to handle everything. I will try to explain you in the finance sessions, Shankar. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. And yeah, any other doubts you have, please ask me in this. Apart from that, these modules also a little bit our involvement with their like inventory management, as you know, right? The item group,
Accounts are right.
item groups and item model groups, and that main accounts we need to integrate with the general ledger with these three modules, or like whatever the items we need to create in the PMI, product information management side, and warehouse
Mhm.
also involved. So little bit things related to supply chain also. I worked on it. Uh, Singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, as of my experience, like I worked in various industries, like manufacturing industry. I worked and travel industry I worked, and banking industry I worked. So different projects I handled. So yeah,
Hmm.
that is all about finance as a function of full-fledged finance functional consultant I worked as.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing, one question I have,
Yeah.
like to learn finance, we should have basic knowledge of accounting,
No,
accounting.
that is not in a basic thing. Little bit, at least we need to understand, right? Like for example, what amount are going from, like for example, as we discuss one account, right? So, for example, we are like on our general life scenario. You can take, we are taking a rent, right? Rent we are
Mhm.
paying to the who the owner of the house. So after that, whatever the 1 month we completed, then we will pay the rent, right? So how the it will like whatever the area we are using, we will pay for that rent, right? 2 BHK or 3 BHK or whatever it is. So simple
Mhm.
things you need to understand. I'm not saying fully, and you need to understand.
Mhm.
But as you already did all these modules, right? Maybe you're easily you can understand the scenarios. It is not in a difficult task.
Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
Just we need to know like which account will be debited, which account will be credited. So it means what amount are coming to the business, what amount are going to the going from the business. So these things we need to know.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh, uh, Kumar, I have a question. This is Rajesh.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that you explained it well overall on a functional perspective, but I'd like to know like what are the things that we are now going to know, like learn within the dynamics, like uh,
Yeah.
creation of entity or configuring the entity associated things, or the invoice
Mm.
configuration, or maybe the credit management setup kind of things. I have a accounting background, and
Mm.
currently I'm
Okay.
with IT. I'm
Okay.
working on the Hyperion technologies, but
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
just would
Nice.
like to know like what are the things that we will learn within the Dynamics 365,
Yeah,
and
within the dynamics, as you said, right? Like these are all the major modules. Okay, these are all the
mhm,
major modules in the finance. It is in one-stop solutions for the business.
okay,
Like Microsoft Dynamics, it is in one-stop solution for all the. Uh, sorry, it is in a one-stop solution for all the one. Like as you do you aware SAP, right? SAP each module there is a separate. We need to purchase the license. So in coming
right,
to Dynamics, all these things you can see. I will show the Dynamics environment. It is in a dynamics environment.
Okay.
So all these things will be covered. Like I will not provided all the information, right? Like I will provide the content also with you guys. So
Yeah, yeah,
like you can see, it is in a
yeah.
dynamics environment. It is in UI. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
left
This
hand side, all the
sandbox I have
modules comes
seen
up.
once. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, my organization was implementing it, so this sandbox I have seen once.
Okay. Yeah. That like you can see now we are in AP, right? For example, AP module you can see. So in Dynamics, all the modules comes together. Like it is in a one-stop solution, as I said. In
Got
SAP,
it.
you can see if we install the SAP, like these models differently are separated. I think so. In the FICO side,
No. In the
the
FICO, it'll be you'll have this payable, receivable, and all. But in
ah,
SAP,
but
like we will have the sales and distribution is as a
correct.
separate module, and
Every module
as a,
different, sales and distribution is
yes,
separate.
yes,
That
yes.
like that way it will be created. But in the Dynamics, not like that. All the modules will be available in one UI only. But the thing based upon the user roles and responsibilities are there. Like for example, accounts payable executive will be there in the
Okay.
organization. So
Mhm.
that organization administrator who give the permissions to accounts payable module only. So he will not give all the permissions to the accounts payable department person. So he needs to whatever the his requirement. For example, invoicing is main agenda, right? Invoicing he will do, and the
Mhm.
payment he will do, and
Mhm.
other thing vendor aging report he will do. So these three models also only associated with that particular AP executive. So he will provide that user configurations. So like that way, different options available in the system. You can see vendors are there. In the vendors, how many topics will be there? And purchase order. Purchase order, these many topics will be there.
Correct.
Invoices
Yes.
also, all these, like it is an invoice journal means one way invoice. Like one way investments, do you know, right? Like any stationery item we purchased, and for a stationery item we will provide any PO to that particular vendor. We are not giving any PO, right?
Correct.
So one way, the normal, we are paying the amount and we will collect the that particular material.
Yeah,
Then
it's a
we will
non-PO order. Yeah.
non-PO invoices.
Yeah.
Like that way we are creating the invoices. So each module, these many options will be there in
Okay.
everything, like method of payment, terms of payment, and the
Yeah,
cash
yeah.
discounts, payment fee. All these
Got it.
comes under, like whatever the invoice having the all the features, right? Invoice, how many items will be available in the invoice. So all these items will be configured in the system as well, like whatever the business they have, and what are the
Right.
for example, in the invoice they have any special field, right? For example, any PO related item will be received in the warehouse, right? That point of time, in the invoice copy or in the PO copy, there is separate lorry number will be there. So in the invoice, lorry number not available, right? So which lorry we receive the goods from the vendor, or any other information related to the business. So that feature will be available in the invoice, but that feature is available in the system. Feature is not available, right? So that point of time, we need to customize some features. So that point of time, how the technical team, we will connect with the technical team, and we will explain the scenario with the technical team, and he will develop that scenario, and he will deploy it into the system. So based upon our requirement, we will use that invoice copy. For example, I will show to you one invoice. I will not in general invoice. I will show to you. For example, purchase order invoice will be there, right?
Okay.
So it is an invoiced copy. It is an invoiced here. You can see this is the invoice copy. And invoice copy have these fields. These are the mandatory fields, right? Like invoice number will be there, invoice date, on which date this invoice is posted, and what is the purchase order number, what is the internal number, and what is
So
the payment date. Yeah,
this is a vendor invoice, right?
yeah, it is a vendor invoice. Once the PO invoice, purchase
Yeah,
invoice.
understand. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Purchase invoice,
So
fine.
all these things will be there. We need to these fields will be available, right? For example, these features are available, but in the system when we are installing the new system, right? That point of time, system will be empty. Nothing will be there.
Correct.
So each and everything we need to configure as a functional
That was,
consultant. Our
yeah.
responsibility.
Okay, that
Yeah.
was my question actually.
Yeah.
What are we going to learn? When I asked you, that was my question. Are we going to
Yeah.
learn how to configure? Say,
Yes.
for example, on the left side here, I can see the modules like
Yes.
APAR, asset
Mm, mm, mm,
accounting, and all those things.
mm.
So, how many modules are we going to see, and what are we exactly going to see? Suppose suppose you are creating an entity, what are
Mm.
those things? We are not going to directly configure some invoice or something. We are going to create a
Yeah.
legal entity,
Definitely.
and then
Yes.
under
Yes.
that only we are going to create the chart of accounts, and below that only we are going to
Yeah.
configure each and every product or configure this cost centers
Correct.
project,
Mm.
all those things, right? So are we going to cover all those things, or
Yes, yes, yes. We are going to all the modules, whatever the modules we are going to configure in the system. I will
okay,
provide that document with you guys. I have a document like whatever the
okay,
content we going to learn in the future. So
yeah,
I will
that would
provide
be
you the
helpful.
yes, yes. We have like
Okay,
modules as you asked, right? Accounts first module is organization administration. As you said, how the organization will be created in the system. It is an empty. For example, any ERP. If you are purchasing any ERP, the data they provided, nothing data they will provide with us. In case any any customized data available from the system side, that data only available. Other than that, no data will be available in the system. So for us, we need to implement, right? Like we are implementing some we need to implement some software to the client, right? That point of time,
understood.
he will
The reason
create
we
the
are buying the
organization.
ERP,
Yeah,
the reason we are buying ERP itself to see our data in the ERP. So
correct.
obviously, I understand
Mm,
that. Yeah.
mm.
So these modules and all we are going to go. And I also heard that like when you said in Dynamics 365, it's all the modules are all together. I've
Mhm.
also seen that there is a supply chain module separately and CRM module separately. Um,
No, separately means available in the system only. As a system administration, I can go
I'm saying
anywhere.
on the licensing perspective, like if you don't have separate license, you cannot see the CRM module, and
Yeah,
if you don't have, correct?
yeah, 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 that is true. That is true. SCM, we need to there is a separate billing will be there, but
Okay,
based upon our requirement, I think some around 14,000 rupees will be there for the finance modules, and some more amount will be there. So each now I'm talking about entire finance modules. Okay,
got it, got
entire
it.
finance
Okay,
module like 14,000 plus rupees will be there in Indian rupees. It is 14,000, and supply chain also something not 14,000, like little less only for that supply chain. Supply chain
got
comes
it.
under they are different modules. Like you can see here. Procurement and sourcing, product information management, production control, all these procurement and sourcing, product information management, project not comes under the warehousing management, transportation management. These modules comes under the supply chain side. And retail and
Okay,
commerce, it is in a separate module, like whatever the retail stores are ongoing, right? Like for example, Bajaj Finance and Big C, like many organizations are there, right? Like that way, retail and commerce will be separate module. Now it is a part of SEM before itself. Like
yeah,
we will
I
have
understood.
retail and
I
commerce, yeah.
understand. Yeah, so
So
I
and
understand
other,
this finance and the SEM module,
yeah,
Kumar. But
okay.
here, when we say CRM, how does it
Mm.
differ? Like a CRM, I have seen that kind of sales and marketing or something. Wouldn't that be a
Yeah.
part of supply chain also?
No, actually, it is a
What
part
do
in
they
the
exactly
sales and
do?
marketing
That's what
also. Yes,
I
yes, yes.
just thought.
Sales and marketing also comes under this supply chain side as well. Like this way, we can have, you can see now we are in receivables, okay, accounts receivables, okay, accounts receivables, we have customers, okay,
Correct.
all customers, right? The same way we can we can check the customers in the sales and marketing as well, like that way.
Okay.
Multiple ways we can operating system. You can see I'm going to sales and marketing. Again, you can see here customers, and here also all customers.
So
We
in
have a
CRM, if my understanding is correct, in CRM, first you will create the customer or maybe the lead generation and all will be recorded in CRM. And once they become officially the customer, they'll be part of finance and operations,
yeah,
correct?
some
So,
different. Not only CRM, Rajesh. There are certain customers are using third-party applications. For example, I worked some travel industry. Okay, in the travel industry, what they will do from the beginning, from the front end, what they are using hotel management related ERP they are using. Okay, what they will do once the client will be coming to the hotel, right? So they will collect the data from the customer, whatever, what is your name, what is the purpose you came, and what is the address, what is the proof they are going to, and how many
correct,
days they want to stay in the hotel. So
correct.
all these data they will collect and they will update it in the their system.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
then
Yeah.
automatically what happened, the dynamics will be integrated from the that third party application, and with the help of the logic apps and other data will be there. So that point of time, the data will came and it will sit in the customer's data. For example, customer he will create some new customer in their system. So every 1 hour or every half an hour, the batch job will be triggered, and automatically he created that customer in third party applications, right? Automatically it will came and it will create a new customer in the system as well.
Understand.
So
Yeah.
like that way,
So are we,
nowadays is being.
okay, like that, we can also directly create the customers
Yes,
within Dynamics, right? So are
yes,
we
we
also going to
can.
cover those aspects?
Yeah, we can directly we can create the customer as well, like if we require, and we can
Okay,
manually
okay,
we can create, and automation also is there for
okay, okay, got
creating
it. Yeah,
customers.
just
Yeah,
want to understand the content
yeah.
that we are going to cover.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay,
For
fine.
example, you
Yeah,
can see now I am trying to create a new customers in my system. You can see all these features are available, and what is the
yeah,
customer number and customer name, customer group, what is the currency they have, what is the terms of payments, delivery terms, mode of delivery, and what is the sales tax group, taxes exemption in case any sales location, if is located to, so any exemption number is there, what is the source document, source doc code, their address, contact information, each and everything we will capture the data from the customer. So all these
okay,
information we will update here, then we can save it automatically. Customer will create it in the system side like
got
this
it.
way. For example, you
Yeah,
can see I will open this customer. You can see the customer code will be there, currency will be there, and the tax exemption numbers will be there, address will be there. Like this way, all the information we need to capture from the client side.
okay,
So
fine. So
and
in a nutshell, we are going to cover these modules like how to configure these things within
yes,
Dynamics as well, right?
yes.
Okay, and also on the security front, I just have a generic question. Sorry for
Mhm.
asking too many
Mhm.
questions.
Mhm.
Uh,
No, not an issue. Tell me.
on the security side, is it only the out-of-the-box security, or we can also customize the security according to the
No,
requirements?
here actually there are two types of services Microsoft provided to the customers, Rajesh. So
Okay,
one is cloud-based ERP solution, okay, and
right.
another one is on-premises servers installations.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
on-premises installation servers, it is an outdated. Right now, Microsoft also, I think it is going to stop all the services to the uh, on-premises installations, whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah. That
servers
I
installed in
I
within
also
the
heard that they're
organization.
going completely
Yeah.
SaaS, I guess.
And nowadays, just we need to this URL. If you are, I am working for an organization, right? Wherever I
Okay.
go, like I will use this URL. whatever the credentials I have, then I will update I will update my email ID and password. Then I will start to using this Dynamics ERP package. So
Yeah, I
wherever you
understand.
yeah.
No. Actually, you are talking about the SSO,
Security,
right?
yeah.
Organization
That's
SSO. No, I am asking
correct.
about the application security. See, within
Security, yeah,
accounting,
that's what I
within
mean.
a module, finance. Suppose I'm part of an F&A module, and I'm
Mm,
part of AP team. Okay, so I will
okay.
only have access to the AP team, right?
Mm.
Accordingly, like on the AR, suppose somebody is billing and
Yes,
they will
correct.
have a limited access, right? So on this
Mm.
application level security, whether we can customize the roles and responsibilities, or is it
Yes.
something like which is only out of the box we
No,
can
no.
use?
It is an no, this is customized. Like it is an inbuilt data. 1 second, I will show to you. In the human resource department, there is a positions will be there. Department will be there. All the will be there. Like for example, any employees are there. Particular employee, as you said, the AP module related information that particular user only he can access it. For example, you can these many employees are there. For example, any employee, if I am going to inside and he have the rights, whatever the rights he have, he will access all those things only, like whatever the positions he have. For example, you can see budget manager.
Correct.
So only the budgeting related information only he will access. Other than that, nothing. He can search in the security side. Any other modules he wants to touch or any data is modified. Nothing will be happen.
Understood.
And
Understood. So this
and
is
each and
the
everything, Microsoft
logic
will have
access
a
control,
data.
right?
Each and everything, like each and every second, they have a data. For example, who will read this on? For example, last 1 year, who used this software like that way, right? Microsoft have each and every data. That particular day, like last year, this day, who will access the data and who will modify the data? Everything they have. If we require to check all this information, Microsoft have everything, each and every detail Microsoft are having now.
Okay,
So,
got
and
it.
this
Now,
security wise also, like entire security wise also, the Microsoft only it will handle.
got it. So security, it will be handled by Microsoft, not by us.
Yeah, production, Microsoft will be involved. Without involved the Microsoft, we can't do anything. So production compulsory, we need to handle with the Microsoft, with the taking of the help of the Microsoft only. But the
Okay,
lower
for
environments will be there, right? For example,
but
dev
this
machines will be there.
correct,
Like in the machines are there, like develop machine will be there, and the QA will be there. Then pre-prod will be there. Sorry, UAT,
correct.
SIT, and pre-prod will be there, and last production will be there. Final. This is the final environment which we are using in the business.
Okay,
So until this, all these steps we need to, like, for example, if we are implementing one module in AP module, we are implementing that point of time, what we'll do as per our requirement, we will do in the dev machine. Then will all the setup, the configuration from the beginning, requirement gathering we need to do, and we need to understand, we need to analyze the data and how the their requirement, whatever the number sequences are there, how the vendor creation they required. So like this way, all the data we need to
yeah.
understand.
These steps I
Uh,
understand,
ah,
Kumar. I've also been
mm,
part of implementations. These steps
mm,
I understand what you're explaining. See,
yeah,
what I mean to ask is, why do we need to involve? See, suppose I'm developing some application in the dev
mm,
environment. Okay,
mm,
and during the development itself, I will define the security, all those things according to my requirement.
mm,
The same application that suppose I'm going to migrate it to production. Okay, after
mm,
the completion of development and UAT, SIT, everything is completed, I'm going to
mm,
migrate it to production, right?
mm.
So at that point in time, you mean to say that we should connect with Microsoft for the SSO configuration and all those
No, no.
things? I am only asking about the application security. See, within
No.
application security,
Okay.
it is only
Development.
organization specific, right? It is
Yeah.
developed by Kumar or Rajesh. But
Yes,
why
yes,
do we
yes,
need
yes.
to depend on Microsoft? That's what I'm not
No,
understanding.
dependence means their observation will be there. They are not doing any production deployments or nothing will be done by the Microsoft. Only their observation and they will take care of the data for security purpose. Whatever the data will be, the production is a very huge impact, right? In every organization. For example, something happened in the production, it means very big impact for that particular organization. The
Correct, correct.
development and whatever the coding changes, all these things will be done from the technical team only, in our technical team only, and functional team will take care of these things, like whatever the configurations are there, how the accounts will be provided in the system, all these things taken care by the finance team. Other than
So
that,
you mean
whatever
to
the
say that
production deploy
the infrastructure will be completely from Microsoft. Since
from
it
the
is a
client
SaaS
side only,
environment, they are the responsible
only
people.
production monetization will be taken care by the Microsoft. If we something
That is
happen, right,
only
for
on the
example,
infrastructure, correct?
infrastructure, yes, correct.
They will not have access to our application and all those things, correct?
No, they have a access of the application, but not all the people. Some limited resource will be there, right? That resource person will be access the data. If for example, we have a at the time of month end closing, some issues we got. So our consultant not able to fix that issues. Okay, for that point of time, we will raise a Microsoft tickets. That whatever
Got
the
it.
bug will be there.
That part I
Mm,
understand. That part
mm,
I
mm.
understand. But
Yeah.
that too, if we have anything like we have a contract with Microsoft, that
Uh,
we have to provision them within our application, correct? They
correct,
can
correct.
access the servers or database anytime. That is
Mm,
in
mm,
SaaS application, so that is
mm.
under their
They
control.
will not make
But
any changes in the production. Only they will clone the data. For example, any latest, for example, today's data we required in the lower environment. So what Microsoft did, we said we received some issues in the production. Like production, we are missing. What they will do, same kind of data they will copy from the production, and they will also do the testing for the to provide a solution.
got it. So,
Yeah.
could you tell me one difference between like, okay, being functional consultant, I
Mhm.
now we are learning that, okay, how to configure these entities and accounts, all those things we are going to cover.
Mhm.
So, could you tell me what would be the part of the technical consultant? What
Technical
will they
consultant,
do?
yeah. Technical consultant, like for example, gap will be there. Okay. For example, our requirement, some changes required in the invoice copy or any purchase order or any sales order. So few features we need to add, right? That point of time, who will develop it? So technical person will be develop these things. And from the beginning, from the product installation and whatever the production deployments will be there, or any latest data like version updates will be there. So version updates will be taken care by the technical team only. So all these things will be done by the technical team, and any code development required. So that point of time, the person will develop the code, and he will test in lower environments, and it will deploy into the next level, like in the production until the production.
Code development, like
Your voice is very low.
just I,
Yeah,
okay, do you hear me now?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
when we
I'm
say
now.
code
I'm.
development, no, I just want to understand the difference
Mm,
because, when we say that as functional consultants, we will be creating the entity, we will be configuring this chart of accounts, all those things, right?
mm,
So, suppose I'm configuring some customer data and I'm configuring the invoice module, all those
mm,
things. Because as a functional consultant, I will know that, okay, for this particular country and these are the tax rates available. So, these has to be configured within the invoice and all those things. So, if I am doing this configuration and all, tomorrow if I require a change in invoice, so I don't
mm.
need to approach the technical team, right? Directly I will be doing it. So
Okay.
I just want to understand what the technical team will be exactly doing. That's what my question is. These things and all
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. For
No
example,
you
features. As you said, right? Like they require, they want to develop something, anything, not
correct
only invoicing part of it. Now we are talking about financial like chart of accounts, right? At the time of
correct.
chart of accounts creation, some bug will be there. So we are trying to create a main accounts in the chart of accounts, but we can't do, like we are getting some error. So at that point of time, the technical team will person will involve the into the picture, and he will debug the solution. Whatever the coding happened, it is already created, right? In the production, it is already happened, or in lower environments, already the code is created. So he will involve into the scenario, and he will try to debug the code. Where is the issue is happening? So all the code will be available uh,
You mean
in the backend, right? So
you
there,
mean the business rules?
now whatever the debit credit items will be there, and chart of accounts table will be there, right? So that
Mhm.
entire table he will check the issue. He will find out the root cause of the issue.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah. Mhm. So yeah, as of now,
So
this is if you required, I will try to provide all the information in one document. I will already have. I will share with you guys.
yeah,
So
if you could share
if you
the
are interested,
content, it will
definitely as a
be.
functional consultant, there nowadays it is in very booming. I'm not telling you the truth. I'm telling you nowadays it is a very booming ERP solution nowadays in European all the countries, European, Australia, New Zealand, even in the US, some corner of the US also. It is almost now it is became first ERP, like first ranked ERP or Dynamics
Yeah,
365
yeah,
F&O.
yeah. It's a
Mm,
top priority. It is
mm.
emerging ERP right now.
Yeah, it is in it
But
is a very low cost environment, and I mean it's low cost, like some small size to large size organizations also. Right now, they are migrating from the different ERPs to the Dynamics.
okay. So
Mm,
just one last question, Kumar.
mm,
How
mm,
just honestly speaking, like see, I have worked on as an end user in SAP, and I have worked as an accountant, and
mm.
eventually I moved into some Oracle technologies, and now I'm an IT consultant. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So, with this level of knowledge, how far do you think I will be able to become an ERP consultant, kind of functional
Yeah,
consultant or something like that? I have
yeah.
basic like accounting knowledge. I have worked on accounting, APAR, all those areas I've worked.
Okay.
But with respect to the D365, I'm entirely new. So, how far do you think, like, if okay, if I'm taking the training, like, do you think practically it is possible to become a consultant? Because you know very well than me that there are a lot of trainings
Yeah,
available and a lot of people attending, but it is not as effective as on the
correct.
job training, correct?
Yeah, Rajesh.
So
Yeah. I'm also I'm telling my story. So I'm also before I worked as an end user only, and
okay,
accounts receivables department. I worked nearly one organization more than 3.5 years, and one more organization I worked in the AP executive, like accounts payable executive, overall nearly 5 years of experience I have in the real time experience in the industry side. Okay. So at that point
okay,
of time, I am also learn these things. I started learning these things first. How we familiar with the product? We need to understand the product, and we need to understand the business as well. Like if you know the knowledge on like how the business will be work, and how the money will go and money will come, and whatever
correct,
the activities are going on, these things we need to understand initially.
correct, yeah.
If we
That is
understand
that
that
is
these things, definitely we will easily, not even easily, that easy. If we spend time like nearly 3 months, hardly we need to spend